Good evening, everyone. Sorry for running a little bit late this evening, but we just had a few little logistics problems there to sort one. So if you could just bear with me while I take some time to actually some time just to refer back to the notes. So let me just start right at the beginning here. So it's good evening, ladies and gentlemen, GPalers and Piptal fans. I'm really pleased to welcome you all here for this milestone event for the launch of Piptal Wealth group companies PIPezi and Piptalit. Before proceeding, I would first like to acknowledge all the people that came before us and who have in their own way paved the way for our success here this evening. They say the beginning is a very good place to start, and to that end, I want us all to thank the Yungapa people who were the first people to land here on the Gold Coast. We live in a beautiful part of the world with the connection to the beaches and wide access to the Pacific Ocean, bounded by the rainforest and the hinterland, with its rich array of resources. But even here, as beautiful and as bountiful as this place is, there is a serious set of warnings for all of us. And for one way or another, we are all connected and trying to understand the times and the purpose of all our lives. I don't just talk about the disconnect in Europe and Russia as ideologies and fears play out in the dislocation of millions of people that are on the move right now. For here, right in our own neck of the woods, we see the crisis of climate change, wreaking havoc with unprecedented set of flooding and fire events. And that is where you and I and all the family of Piptal come into play. How, you may ask, can Piptal make a difference? It is simple, as we can help find solutions to the tokenization of new energy solutions. We can move people faster to more scalable and responsive blockchains that use a fraction of the first generation of Bitcoin and Ethereum networks, which use increasingly expensive and slow energy and slow network speeds. When I founded Piptal, it was solely with the focus of finding a solution to the increasing problem of home affordability and its ensuing root cause to the thousands that are homeless and facing rental and mortgage stress in our society. In Australia tonight, there will be over 150,000 people with no secure place to call home, wandering in fear as to where they park their car, set up their tent, or just sleep rough in the parks, beaches, or verandas of our cities and countryside. Piptal was built on the focus of solutions and finding the heart to make a difference. The reason you are all here is not just to earn, or learn, but become involved into the consciousness of creating a powerful network of like-minded people who want to change the world to a freer and better one. One where the elite and the wealthy are not the only ones to have an equitable opportunity to earn passive income. When I approached Len Smales and Faz 2 years ago with the idea to form Piptal Wealth Management Proprietary Limited, it was on the solid belief that they would help support and make it possible for me to form a company that would enable people everywhere to tokenize real estate. Many of you joined because of that inflection. And we wanted to create a fair legacy system where renters could buy a little bit of their property and share in the savings of rent. Through their contacts in China, we launched the company. China was on the horizon, and through their contacts, I was invited to be appointed to the chairman of a prestigious Chinese company called LZOE. It was founded in the time of Deng Xiaoping, and the governor of the Liaoning province got behind us and supported us. But as it be, the provincial powers were no match for the regulatory compliance of the party. And through one thing or another, that progress could not happen. On further due national checking, despite the power of the governor's connections, we soon learned that he did not have the authority and the power to augment the sale of tokenised real estate. Through the misgivings and the outward disarray of the energy that followed that disappointment, there was a serious breach of promise in terms of funding, and Aaron and I found ourselves having to extricate ourselves to save the company in the controversy of an illegal spying event and set of other intrigues. But as is often the case, out of a scenario of tribulation and the hemorrhaging of funds, we had to build a new base and a revenue model to spirit and provide the funding to address and seize the day with our dreams and vision for a more ethical and solid world built on the premise of a legal compliance and now with our own exchange. We wanted to build based on the regulatory compliance and champion a commitment to protecting and growing our members' faith and pivotal balances. This is important as other community coins flourished and grew massively, only to fall or to provide us with the genius of longevity. We are determined to win the solid but slow race, but doing it correctly and ethically. I am glad as we fit into the government's rhetoric for achieving our goal to legitimately give power to our own currency and that of the PIPezi exchange. It's worth noting, and I read the country's Minister for Financial Services, Jane Hume, the government's goal, said this the other day in the Australian Financial Review. The government's goal is to guarantee that all cryptocurrencies participants operate within a regulated ecosystem in the face of the rising adoption of various digital assets in Australia. And she said, the government can't guarantee your crypto any more than it can guarantee a painting or a share in a company, and nor should it. But we can make sure Australian exchanges, custodians and brokers work within a regulatory framework that is better, safer and more secure. And we agree with that precept. PIPezi exchange is built fundamentally based on that regulation and promise. And that is why me and my team at Pipitals promise to you to make our exchange better, safer and more secure, even as we push the edges to perform with the goal to be innovative and outstanding. To this end, we find ourselves here, and I'm particularly proud of the many people who have worked with us, beside all the days and the nights too, to make the reality of tonight possible. I especially would like to thank Liz Lindsay, Gaia, Lachlan, Linda, Missy, Joe and William, along with the many others that are no longer working with us but have made a huge contribution to the viability and opportunity of our platform. No one ever said it would be easy, but we are super determined and we are persistent and united in building an ecosystem and a platform that we can fully 100% support to make not only our difference in our lives, but in the very art of helping the community and the people we understand the importance to work, trade, learn and earn. I know as the owner of 2 units smashed in the inland tsunami of water that cascaded through Lismore, I have the burden and sole responsibility to raise over $30,000 to bring just 2 units back to life. Not just for me, but for my tenants too. It is through this disaster where many of the people of Lismore cannot afford flood insurance that we need to find ways to expand the depth of our platform. To this end, I want my tenants and the people of Lismore to be generally able in the near future to have the opportunity to learn and earn and be part of the solution. It is for that reason that I am making some of the volunteers and tenants honorary GPALers. You see, with the ecosystem of Piptal, we can now provide, with your support and the power of our new PIPezi exchange, a truly expansive vision for growing solutions. Let me just, for 1 minute, suggest that we can in the near future, for instance, talk about listing and creating an insurance token. A token for the people of Lismore, one encapsulated into the ideas and nuances of a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organisation. This idea can be expanded and be used globally for ideas and phenomena for businesses everywhere, where communities can come together and be their own arbiters for the future. In the world, we trust governments less and less. PIPTL can, through the agency of working together, both in our vision for the Piplers cooperative coming and in the ideas of the peer-to-peer collaboration, create a platform for trading and tokenization. It is in the devastated communities where people cannot buy insurance or where the government has failed that the PIPTL can grow and create solutions through the power of the cooperative and digital currency. That is why we want to create a DAO for insurance and in an economy where people can come together to grow and create ideas and solutions in many other different fields. Indeed, through PIPTL, we are providing the nucleus of a way for people to powerfully provide the equilibrium and the means to counterbalance the agendas of failed governments and even the global elite who operate financial systems levied to create debt and enslavement. The current fiat system of money is focused on debt and interest. We purposely are concerned to build an alternative system, one that redirects, refocuses, and rebrands the synergy of our own people to new models, sets of goals that we can individually achieve. We are determined to deliver and put before you not only the vehicle and the means to help you to drive the solutions for empowering a better world of self-helping communities, but we want you to be empowered to use our system to create wealth and to make a difference in the community. I lost my space, just one moment. I will not kid you, this means effort, and it even means hard work for on your part, as it puts on you the important need to often upskill and be open to learn for our together successes. We can together make a huge difference, for we can explain the power of the blockchain to our friends and people and discover the sharing power in a remote or mathematical consensus of truth. A truth that can serve a new order of empowered fairness that is aligned with the ledger of our intentions and effort. With this knowledge and attitudinal change, together we can embrace goals and take the small steps necessary to perfect the new art of mindfulness and consciousness. In claiming our birthright in PIPTL, we can pave and make a path and the integrity for a sound turnaround in the consciousness for a fairer and better world, served by a socially responsible platform. PIPTL is no longer my vision, or that of Aaron, or even the wider PIPTL's team. It's yours too. And in your adoption and decision to be on board, you are opting for a more awesome world, founded on the fair state of play and rewards to make a difference, in the way we are all kind to each other. In fact, that grassroots set of solutions is growing in diverse communities around the world, in fire-ravaged communities of California and our own Malakuta. We can find the ways to connect and give a powerful voice to the people through blockchain technology. But before I go on to tell you, I want to tell you about how PIPTL has evolved, not only to be about the solution of tokenizing real estate. For we, through the direction of Aaron and Paul, found the inner power to create a sharing economy for you and the businesses that you interact with. Suddenly, beyond tokenization and business, we are bound into the realm of teachers. For we as a company, through the PIPTL Academy, are focusing to help ordinary people to understand in a simple way the power that evolves out of the blockchain and its algorithms and the consensus of truth that supports the ecology of what we are building. Whether it is in DeFi, blockchain, cryptocurrency, yield farming, or helping people to make their first steps into the virtual world of the metaverse, we are here to help and support you. Everywhere we go, we can forge and create understandings that can support you to have a hand in the power to create valuable trading alliances with the people you meet in your day-to-day lives. We mean for you to be able to talk and share with people and businesses at large. For what we have are real and powerful branding and marketing solutions to make business thrive. All the talk of the town is about the fast pace of augmented reality and artificial intelligence. Machine learning for the computers and robots of our time are fast replacing the totem of our own place in society. Drones and robots are replacing soldiers, and we need to be up to speed and full of the knowledge that is making all this possible. It is one thing to use these powers to suppress, destroy, and denigrate the freedom of people, but I want you to know that at Pivotal, we are focusing on the light. We are focusing on working together to be on the side to provide a positive answer to addressing some of the failures that are emerging in the world's divide. As we look around and see our financial system failing under the pressure of hyperinflation, where our fiat money buys less and less, with Pivotal we have only a limited 777 million tokens. And as our ecosystem grows and expands, the demand for our currency can be expected to protect your savings, as it is likely to enable you to buy more and more with your Pivotal. We want to counterbalance and navigate to be where we are part of the answer to problems of the everyday Australian and middle class worker who now finds himself under immense pressure from inflation in food, petrol and housing. Right now, we are all under immense pressure right now we are about creating a frictionless, bold, new exchange that can sell not just currency pairs, but novel digital property area tokens called DPATs, and of course the exciting raft of NFTs and how they evolve. More than that, I personally am embarking on a new housing solution for people to buy and live in a community with affording housing that pays its residents an income from blockchain mining rigs, and where Pivotal will market accommodation for students in Gatton, financed through the sale of digital property asset tokens, sold for as little as $6,300 a square metre. I could talk endlessly about your role, your intuition and your power, but it is the signature key of Pivotal across all the diverse spectrum and nuances that you can find your passion and the passion to make a difference in your truth and in your good work and deeds. We are super glad that you are here tonight and that you're part of our business and the strategic plan for Pivotal. As we move to register our cooperative and brand the consciousness of our decentralised autonomous organisations, we can all be bold and confident to move to create untold new opportunities in the real world of the virtual world of the new metaverses evolving. We need your continued faith, and I personally thank you for being in the realm of our Pivotalverse. We are always glad that you are choosing to be a supporter, a student, teacher, and an influencer, and for that part of the character I see in all of this room. Together we can create and be the masters of our own universes. We together can make a huge difference as we help business to flourish and on board to the power of crypto and simply sharing kindness and empowerment. We are connected. It is not the chance that you are here, that you are deciding to be part of the Pivotal and PIPezi exchange phenomena. We are just right here, right now, and born into the reality of our age. There is, in the many divisions of Pivotal, a place for you. We need communicators, realtors, speakers, admin, and people with courage to push the envelope of change. Maybe your interest is in creating an art platform or Eat Easy. Wherever and whatever your passion and skill is, It can be moulded into the connected force of our PIPezi cooperative, into the workings of our foundation that we want to form. We need you, and it is through each of you that we have the strength and the ability to keep pushing the envelope of the impossible. Take, for example, the cohorts and of benefits and ideas flowing out of the concept of NFTs. No longer is it enough to say that this is just about being a digital token of token ownership, for it is no longer about the NFT just being a representational ownership of a JPEG or some other mumbo-jumbo symbol of token ownership. NFTs are evolving into tickets and products and even houses and cars that can deliver and create magic for time immemorial. They will be the currency of our tomorrows. Whether we like it or not, we will seek jobs in the metaverse, entertain on fantasy islands and mansion homes. We can create gardens and environments that will pay and create sanctuaries for the world's rarest animals, birds, trees and fauna. Together we will be able to enjoy an untold abundance. It is for us to be recognised as the people, inspiring people to truly be able to trade, learn and earn. I am so proud and excited to now introduce the one and only best CEO of my company, that Mr. Aaron Kesser, as he will lead and show you some of the benefits of buying PIPezi Australia's first incentivised currency in our PIPezi exchange and the sharing nebula of stars in our PIPezi e-commerce platform. Join with me in awarding Aaron this opportunity to take us to the moon. Thank you.
Just before I read that speech, we've got heavily edited for time-wise. But anyway, thanks, Dallas. Yeah, it was nice to go on that journey. I learned stuff from listening to Dallas from the beginnings of Dallas meeting me in the Mermaid Cafe, Little Mermaid Cafe, and talked about tokenization, and that was I think 2 years ago now, at least. So. No, we're going to get down to business. We're not going to hear too many speeches. We're going to talk about what we've been putting together as a token economy. You're going to hear from our different team members coming up here tonight, and they'll be introduced to you. Over the last 6 months, we've been pretty much focused on what we need to do to become regulatory compliant, get our approvals to launch a cryptocurrency exchange in Australia, and then run a cryptocurrency exchange in Australia. And from here, we'll take it overseas really quickly. So we've got a number of new faces that you won't have seen before that have joined the team. The executive team members have come on board as well. And we're going to be building up a fair bit of momentum over the next 3 months as we work towards an official launch on July 9, which is 2 days after our actual incorporation. So we'll be 2 years old. And from there, then we're really going to rapidly deploy not only around Australia, but we've already got investors and partners wanting us to grow the business internationally. So the presentation today is going to go across the community platform we're building. You've heard the name PIPezi. Well, PIPezi is actually a subsidiary company of PIPezi, and PIPezi Wealth Management was the entity that we registered about 18 months ago here in Australia. So it's a local Southport company. And from there, basically we built on different aspects of the business as we tried to navigate through some of the regulatory issues that we were having with wanting to reach our end goal of tokenization and being able to launch a business in that space. And as things grow, you learn. As you build a business, you spend money that you didn't spend in some ways, but you learn from that. And luckily, we've attracted some really good people that are now going to help us take us to that end mile that we need. So what we will cover is what is this about. We're going to quickly then talk about how does it work, the platform we're building, what a cooperative allows. Some of you have heard me talk about that. Well, I'll quickly explain that again for those of you who are new. What can you earn is really important, what our platforms are, and then what are the roadmaps. to really go with and promote as people, inspiring people to trade, learn and earn. We believe that is really what community is all about. So, you'll see a slide very soon, talks about community, and when we help prepare people and businesses for the future, and the innovation that's coming, we know that we'll be able to strongly build a community that can weather any bear markets or any downturns and keep creating that residual income for people. So our key points of what we're trying to build as an organization is one, upskilling people and businesses for the future, to build a marketplace that supports taking payments in cryptocurrencies and to sell NFTs, to help create an innovative DeFi and cooperative platform capable of supporting funding and the supporting of new project launches. All right. So the team that we've got at the moment, we've actually got more people on the team, but we left off a number of the staff because we couldn't fit them on here. And we've got a team of 4 overseas already that are programming for us various platforms. So myself, of course, Aaron, for those of you who haven't met me, my corporate background is commercialization, and I've done everything from sell health food and products, sell drugs, pharmaceutical drugs. My last actual paid role was working in China, so I'm very familiar with Dallas's experiences there. I worked for China Medical for 2 years, and I reported to the Ministry of Health when I worked that job. My job was to bring in Americans and Aussies who were sick of their Chinese counterfeiting their drugs and just gave them the contracts to do it anyway. So I did that for 2 years. That was a real eye-opener. But from that, I got out of that. I went into conservation, and I spent a number of years in the conservation industry. I was also involved in carbon credits and had a carbon credit company that used network marketing as a strategy, and it became one of the largest sellers of carbon credits in the world. And we did a lot of projects in developing countries, such as Papua New Guinea, the South Pacific, where I was mostly focused, including Papua New Guinea, Solomons and Vanuatu. We also had offices in Colombia, and then we did projects in the Amazon. And it was from there that I got interested in blockchain and cryptocurrency. And it was mostly not because of it being speculative, because I really didn't believe in Bitcoin at all. I thought, having come from a trading background, that it was just some made-up money that people were using to buy drugs and do trafficking with. But what got me interested into blockchain was really the advent of smart contracts, Ethereum, and how they were going to solve the problem and how people could program money. That's why I got in, because I saw corruption in developing countries destroy, rural economies, keep people impoverished, and I saw cryptocurrency and blockchain being a way to address that. And it was from there that I got involved into cryptocurrency. I've done several ICOs, raised millions in ICOs. I was involved with Paul at the back in Equibank, Equifi out of the Caribbean, so I spent some time there as well. It's the most boring place I've ever been, but anyway. Then I did metals commodities, tokenized assets on the blockchain, raised several million for an exchange, and did more after that. Dallas, you've heard him speak for 20 minutes. Paul, who's at the back, is going to come up and speak as well. Paul's a very strong background in crowdfunding. He's actually sometimes referred to as the godfather of crowdfunding in a nice way, and that's not because he's got that old wisdom behind him. Joe Johannes at the back is also going to come up. Johannes is managing the exchange technology deployment. William's our compliance manager, so William's going to have a word about compliance, and then we've got the team down the bottom there. So we've got a lot of people who've put in a lot of effort to get us to where we're going, and you'll see when we do this why we have so many people involved, because we're not building one platform, we're actually building an economy, a token economy. So you heard Dallas talk about the metaverse. Has anyone actually experienced the metaverse yet? Anyone been into Decentraland, put a pair of VR goggles on or anything like that? All right, so not many people have. Has anyone here bought any metaverse tokens like Hero, Gala, Sandbox, or Decentraland? Anyone? Are you still holding them? Yep. Has anyone done any NFTs? that, all right, so we've got some people who've been involved in NFTs. Who likes playing games? Who's got kids who like playing games? Right, or we all have, right? So I know my 15-year-old son said to me, Dad, you got two choices a few months back. You either help me become a millionaire before I finish high school, or I'm gonna become a criminal. And I said, how? And he goes, how am I gonna make a million? He says, well, Snoop Doggy Dogg is doing NFTs, right? He's into crypto, so you're gonna teach me how to become a crypto millionaire. So that's at 15, right? And we're seeing lots of kids coming up now who are starting to learn about trading cryptocurrency, who are getting involved, who've got wallets, and that they compare at school, even before they finish high school, they all want to be millionaires, crypto millionaires. So the future proofing is really here. We've got, you know, decentral, we've got Sandbox there, 166 lands, 70% released. Now, when I saw that, I thought, okay, yeah, who's going to buy into a game? Can anyone want to guess how much it costs to buy land in decentral in Sandbox today? Costs minimum 3.5 to 4 Ethereum. So you're going to pay 16,000 to 20,000 for a little square pixel, right? That you can then build a city like that one on at the top there on the left-hand side, right? Then when you build that city, people who are playing in the sandbox can come and visit you and potentially spend money with you. And if you think this is getting traction, I'll show you another slide, and I'll show you how many people are now really starting to move into seeing how they can secure land, even at, you know, $20,000 plus to get into this crypto space. And we've got Decentraland, OVR, and others are all moving in this space. So one of the key things we're seeing is tokenization of assets in the real world, but more so is tokenization in the metaverse. And we're seeing GameFi coming up. That's play to earn. Who's heard of play to earn already? Great. So if you've got kids at home who are asking you for money to play games, tell them to start playing play to earn games on the blockchain, even though they might be a bit slower and not as fun, right? They might then learn a skill that they can go and turn into an income. So non-fungible tokens, all being sold now, like you see there on Sandbox. People are selling fantasy island boats, super yachts for as much as 12 to 15,000 Australian dollars, right? And you'd think, who would buy that? Would you buy that? Probably not, but you know what? People have the money to buy in the metaverse, right? So this was a conference I attended on the weekend. There were 560 people on this Zoom conference on the metaverse. And they had one of the key guys from the Sandbox there talking about some of their events. 560 from throughout Asia, and Asia's really going to be pushing very heavily into this because they're very much into a lot of the gaming and tech. So it was really interesting to attend that and get to speak to the senior executives there at Sandbox, and also to a number of the people here who are involved in the GameFi and tokenization and metaverse industries. In fact, that event was run by one of our partners, and we have an opportunity to really work with them here in Australia on tokenization of property, which they're already doing. So, can I ask you a question? Not today, because if you look up crypto bubbles today, it'll be a lot less than that. But if you had invested $1,000 into any of those cryptos by about November, that's what the income would have been. So if you put $1,000 into Sheep, right, and you cashed out at November, your $1,000 would have turned into over $5 million, right? Matic, 7,000% increase. So what would $1,000 have increased to? 700,000, right? Luna, what would that have increased to? Right, so you can see that during a bull run, right, which is what we saw last year for a good solid 6 months, right, is that cryptocurrencies provide a very interesting asset class. And that's why more than 1/4 of Australians now are involved in cryptocurrency in some way. Right? One exchange alone in Australia, CoinSpot, has 2 million users. How many of you all have a CoinSpot account? Right. Pretty much most of the room. Who's got a crypto account? Please raise your hands. All right. So, chances are you're going to meet someone, and 1 out of 4 people will have a cryptocurrency account, and the other 3 will want to know how to open one, but no one's really showed them how. So what we're creating at PIPTL and at PIPezi is a community-based membership where we put together courses, we put together access to online marketing systems and e-commerce platforms where people can buy and trade in cryptocurrencies and swap for goods and services as well. And there'll be an $88 yearly membership for members for that. That will then help us also cover the costs of onboarding people and keep on innovating some of the new products we're creating. So we've talked about this in the past. Many of you heard us talk about a cooperative. Some of you might say, why are you still talking about it? You should have done it by now. Well, we finished all our application paperwork. Lachlan at the back is a paralegal. So he's been working with me to finish all that paperwork. It's all been done. And we had legal advice not to submit until we've built up most of the economy. And the reason being is that we need to demonstrate, because this cooperative is a little bit different than most others, that we have built a community cooperative platform where people can then interact and engage. So everything you see today is going to go towards that submission to the ACCC, right, to approve PIPTL as a cooperative, right, which is very big. There are 2 watchdogs in Australia. Can you tell me who they are? Who's the number 1 watchdog? Anyone? ASIC? Right, ASIC, and then ACCC, right? So, we've already got AUSTRAC approval. We're already making sure that we're very clear to ensure that we do not do anything that we can get into trouble with ASIC. And by going and registering a cooperative, it then becomes recognised by the ACCC. Because the ACCC, are ultimately the ones who oversee the cooperatives, right, through fair trade. So just very quickly, cooperatives are a shared economy, right? So who's heard of DAOs? Raise your hand, right? So a cooperative is the original DAO, right? It's where everyone has a share, everyone has a vote, and basically, people get to follow the rules that are set in the cooperative to ensure that it keeps growing and prospering. So DAOs work on a very similar process as well. Cooperative can raise money for projects, supporting the delivery of products and services for its members. They can raise an unlimited amount of capital, right? So once you start a cooperative, depending on how you write your financial documentation or your disclosure statements, you can raise unlimited amount of capital, right? Wouldn't that be good? Now, wouldn't that mean that you can then look at something like what Dallas was talking about, insurance, right? And creating a DeFi style insurance product, right? So cooperatives issue units, and units then entitle them to a dividend right, right? So a CCU is not classified as a security by ASIC. It doesn't get classified as a security, and as a cooperative, it's exempt from the fundraising provision of the Corporations Act and from ASIC. So with a product disclosure statement in a cooperative, you can do amazing things if you put in the right, systems in raising funds, to buy properties, to do insurance projects, to do all sorts of things, whatever the members want to do. So a distributing cooperative is not a charity, it's a for-profit purpose. Cooperatives are democratic vehicles, and in the cooperative we'll be launching, members will have the opportunity to purchase CCUs for $100. So cooperatives will come under the Cooperative Council, right, and the national law. So there's an act for cooperatives that's separate to the Corporations Act. All members get an ability to vote, they all get an ability to invest, and most importantly, they also get an ability to earn, right? So the cooperative that we'll be launching will work in this sort of fashion, where we have our club members, affiliate members, our PIPTL sales champions, our global PIPTL agents, and then we have SMSFs and partners, right? So there's different levels. Everyone who comes in at affiliate or higher needs to buy CCUs, and then they purchase a license to participate in the cooperative as a business member, right? And then the cooperative can go ahead and do a number of different things, from support tokenization to decentralized finance. And then below the cooperative, you see there the businesses that are involved in supporting the cooperative. Well, that's where we have Crypto Wealth Management, right? It doesn't control the cooperative, it has a share of the cooperative, so does the exchange. Then we have our educational partners, insurance, lending, and financial services the same, and then we bring on board other partners as well. So there'll be an opportunity for anyone in the room here to become a shareholder in the cooperative. Is something quite different in the sense that then you get to have an active participation also in providing products and services to the community. So that will be made available in the coming month or so. Once we go through and submit to the documents, then we'll make an announcement at the formation meeting. So cooperative services are providing education on blockchain and crypto, metaverses and emerging tech. We're going to be launching a cryptocurrency exchange platform which we've funded privately called PIPezi, right? And we have the tokenization platform which has been completed now. Already got a project being onboarded called Easy State. We have a platform launch pad which is being rebuilt, which will allow tokens to be issued on it. Then we have, through our partner, Nft Capital, right, we have enterprise-grade business applications like accounting, tax, lead generation, and other services coming on board. And then we have the mentoring of new startups through our community. So the launch cooperative ecosystem includes then basically, as you see there, the marketplaces. On the right, PIPezi, Crypto Academy, CryptoLab, Easy Stake, Easy NFT, Club Virtual, right? We have our ecosystem members who can come in. They get to participate through education, economy, and exchange and earn tokens called PIPTOLs for that. And then they also get to become investors and potentially invest in operations through the cooperative, voting on projects that they want to see supported. They can include asset tokens tied to real-world assets, passive income programs, and product-unique tokens. Right? And Paul at the back has been working very hard with a very senior and very well-experienced lawyer here in the Gold Coast to set up a collaborative investment fund that will be used to partly support the cooperative's activities in investing. So some of the partners we've already onboarded are DarkTech, which is one of our companies, DigiShares, One. We're working with Sum and Substance, Fibri, Aeropass. We're going to be doing all our banking, right? And isn't it amazing? You've got to go overseas to find a banking partner, when here in Australia we can't even get a banking partner, right, for being a crypto business. And the other thing was quite interesting too was we're moving into another office. We're taking up another office. So we have our Burleigh office, and we're taking up one in Beenleigh, and we couldn't get insurance. And we didn't want insurance for our activities, just insurance for the building that we're renting. And it came back from the insurance companies that they won't insure any company that's involved in cryptocurrency, right? So we managed to get insurance because I used our IT company, then through a broker, because they blacklisted me then for being involved in crypto, from getting insurance through some of the major insurance companies. So that's the sort of society we're living in, which is quite funny. Commonwealth Bank at the moment is pretty good. So if any of you don't have a crypto account yet set up, and you're going to open one, bank with the Commonwealth, because I spoke to their risk assessment team. I was in their corporate head office in Queen Street, and they don't have a policy on crypto yet. Right? Of course, we know that they're looking to encourage people to take up and hold crypto in accounts, which they're going to be launching, but they don't have a policy on crypto when it comes to other companies just yet. So, but we're working with Aeropass. Aeropass is going to allow us to take payment in multiple currencies and also in cryptocurrency. And you'll be able to use PayID, OSCO, all that through Aeropass once it's set up in the coming month, when Joe puts that on his list as well as the IT team. We're using the Fireblock solution, which Joe will show you, which is really very one of the top solutions to use for custody and safeguarding accounts. ContraCoin here on the coast here will be working very closely with them to also onboard them. We're working with Modulus, the exchange platform based provider, and then we have other companies there as well that we're working with. So PipTool is at the center of creating a DAO system. So our goal is to become a crypto educator, an enabler for DAOs, a tokenizer, an exchange, and also provide consulting opportunities. All right? And that's what we're really been putting together. It's more than just one business at one time. So utility one is education. Over 120 plus short courses, not only covering digital trends such as blockchain and crypto, but business topics. Express courses also being prepared for people. Then we have focus courses being prepared by one of our partners and also shareholders in the cooperative for trading cryptocurrency and blockchain. So I'll be asking Brent to come up and have a quick chat about that, in a few minutes. And then people can take courses through us. We've got some strong focus on Metaverse Learn and Earn Education 2022, and especially empowering businesses to come on board, right? So educating the professional real estate industry is also going to be something that we're really going to be looking forward to doing. And, we see that there's 110 plus thousand Aussies out there in real estate who, once they get to experience what tokenization is all about, are going to want to learn about that and then come on board to be able to promote tokenized assets in the real world as well as potentially in the metaverse world, not to mention anyone here in the room as well. And that's going to be really quite exciting. So, importance of compliance. William, did you want to have a word on that? Or are you too shy to come up? So, some of you have said to us, why do we need to KYC? Do we KYC people? The thing is that in June of last year, we submitted applications to AUSTRAC, which is the Australian Authority for Money Transactions, and to get permission and be approved to run a digital currency exchange. To give you an idea, that took us 6 months to get that, and it's not something very easy to get anymore. Initially, companies who were given their AUSTRAC license, a lot of them are having them repealed because they don't have the teams in behind them. So the staff that you see that we have are there, not just for show, they're actually fully employed because we have to gear up to meet all the regulatory requirements of running an exchange. That means then we need to identify people who want to participate in cryptocurrency here in Australia. And William will just have a quick word on that.
Yes, thanks, Aaron. So, the guys have actually made it quite easy. Everybody that's spoken so far has mentioned compliance, right from Dallas, Aaron, and it's really something that's just part of the, how would I say, the DNA of everything that happens. Everything we do, all the operational activity takes place, it's almost underpinned by this compliance element. So it starts with obviously knowing who we're dealing with, and in order to, I suppose, assist customers and businesses, we first need to know who they are. So it's quite simple. You do your KYC, your KYB, and then if you want to build anything of value, you want to know who you're building it with, and you want to make sure that you're building it responsibly to last. Sorry, I'm not quick. So, AUSTRAC requires that you have anti-money laundering policies and counter-terrorism, and so for us, that's just a natural thing that you would have in place to protect everybody involved. So, again, it's just part of the way we do things. So I think maybe I'll just cut it off. I don't want to be too long. I know we're probably a bit over time, but it's just basically underpinned in everything we do. It has to be that way, and that's really.
So for a lot of you, you would have gotten PipTools issued to you initially, and we had wallets, and we also had an online wallet for that. We were advised we had to pull all that down until we launched everything in sequential order. So the key thing for that was that we had to KYC everyone, right? Because the legal opinion that came back was that anyone who's paid for a membership and received tokens, right, needs to be KYC, right? So we're going to put everyone through that process over the coming month. I think William's already put 100 people through KYC already on our platform. So you'll be given links, you'll be shown how to do that. If you have an objection to doing that, then just let us know. But really, we don't do anything with your information. Once it goes in the system, it's just there, right? You only need to report, to the ATO, once a year, based on what's happening in your account, and we'll give you some advice through our platform on what software and which firms to maybe go and use to, and some guidelines on that. We can't tell you what to report, but we can give you some guidelines. So the most important thing is then, from a compliance point of view, we have to be compliant. Because I've had federal police walking into an exchange I ran in South Australia and then ask for records of everything, of who put money in, who bought gold and silver in a metals exchange, right, that we were running as a cryptocurrency play, right? So it's really, really important that we preserve that, because this is being built not just for us, it's being built for the community to be able to work on a platform and then to also share in the income that's going to come from that platform. Sorry? KYC is know your customer. So it's like when you go and open up a bank account, it's the same thing. You're just going to provide the same ID, but you're providing it online. And once it's collected once, you're going to be authorized across the whole platform. Because we have many different aspects of the platform that require KYC. So we just do it once. Right, so we've created a business directory as well, so that we can onboard businesses. This will be launching before Piptolite, and I'll give you a quick run through in a second, towards a little bit later on. Well, I can do it now, actually. So you'll get to see this coming up soon. This is the exchange platform that's been built, right? So you can see it's quite comprehensive. It's not just a quick throw-up exchange where, with some information. We're going to have lots of product in here as well, especially metaverse products that you'll be able to pick from participating partners, right? So one of the other things that we've been building is we had to look at new technology to use for our platform, for our membership and the cooperative. So from Piptol.com, we've actually migrated from the old platform now, and we've got this new platform coming up. We've already started listing products on there from merchants in our membership. So this platform here, Piptolite, will allow you to list any products and services that are approved on this platform, and then you just need to allocate what we call a profit sharing value that can be shared amongst the cooperative members or the community members. So you might say that might be 20% or 30% that you want to share back, then that's shared amongst all the members and paid out through several different types of plans that we've designed. So this is already being used now, so we're just testing it. It's being built in America from a very experienced company there, and we look forward to launching this, and it's it's a really robust platform. In addition to that, then we have all our store manager portals there, so you'll also get access to be able to come in and see what's being sold in your platform. Okay, be able to check your products, upload your products, etc. See here. This is after you register on our platform, so you can see there we've got 433 total downlines in there, or entries. So we're migrating across the existing database from all the Piptol members into there. There'll be over 600 plus when the migration's finished, right? So you'll have a completely new back office, right, which you'll be able to use, and you'll be able to track commissions in real time. You'll be able to track any new people that you refer to the platform, to the cooperative, all in here. you'll be able to track it all, right? So you'll be able to actually see your network. Right, so you'll be able to see if someone's sort of like, you know, where they are. There's like 4 different views on this, on how you can actually view your network, be able to manage your customers, be able to, you know, do different tree views. Sorry, because the internet's not working, it's just going to lock me out. But that system's ready, and that's going to be deployed first week of April. All right, so anyone here is already in Piptel, you're going to get new user names and you're going to get new user login details, so you can log in, check your platform, see that anyone that you've already referred is, you know, where they should be. If they're not, we can then change them for you. When we then start running, you know, the new registrations, commissions will be paid out into the network, and then you'll be able to see them accumulate. And then you can withdraw them into cryptocurrency, right? Or you can spend it or take cash. It'll be up to you, right? So this platform is a full working e-commerce platform with a full distributorship back-end system, right? So it's taken 6 weeks to 8 weeks already to get it up to where it's going to be ready to launch, right? And then of course we'll keep improving as we go. So that system will then really give you a turnkey business, which is really important, right? Which you can then list products on the platform. You can also list NFTs on this platform, right? If you wish to, right? And then when those NFTs are purchased, then you can put them onto our partnered Nft marketplaces that we've got. So the next one, very quickly, is an Nft Platform Marketplace that we're partnered with to launch. In fact, one of our shareholders has also built this platform, which we're partnered with. So he's in the room now. So that Nft marketplace is called Club Virtual. This marketplace is different to another one we're building with one of our other shareholders, which is just for Indigenous communities, called Indigi. But on this marketplace, you'll also be able to list your tokens. You'll also be able to, you know, buy, sell them. And if anyone buys NFTs through this platform and you're a registered member of the cooperative, there's commissions that are paid out. So we're going to be having some releases coming very soon. For example, here, I'll just quickly show. So has anyone heard of Crusty Demons? Yep. Right. So Crusty Demons is one of the projects that's been done by the team, and this is going live now in the next week. So every member of Piptel will get a referral code for this, so that if you referred anyone via Crusty Demon, you'll earn a commission, right, straight away, right? And hopefully you'll buy one too, because there's only 10,000, and they've got a user group of over 1.2 million, right? So this is the sort of thing we're going to be doing for organizations. Yeah. So we have other ones like Aussie Bogan, and that's not because we're moving to Beenleigh either. Right? So we'll be launching the Aussie Bogan Club this month as part of an initiative as well. And I believe there's a free beer for 1 year, right? Anastasios? Yeah? Yeah, free beer for a year for anyone who buys one and wins the draw. But actually there's a lot of utility that's being offered there. Crusty Demons got tickets for life, right, to all Crusty Demons events, and they've got so many different prizes that people can get. The same thing with the Aussie Bogans. And we've got other ones that we're going to be doing as well. The team that have been working all the way through these. All right? Yep, and cheaper all there.
Just quickly, on the Bogans, female.
All right, yes. So we'll be launching a female bogan range of 10,000. And if you've got a male bogan and you hook up with one of the Sheila bogans, and then you have some kitty bogans, you'll get the doll token. Right. So we'll wait a little bit to launch the doll token. So just get back into the presentation. So yeah, so NFT marketplaces, they've been built. We've also built an NFT generator for everyone. So an NFT generator has been programmed by one of our programmers, and that will allow you to create and your own NFTs as well. But you've got to design your NFTs, but our generator will actually help you then compile them. All right, so it's called Easy NFTs. All right, so you'll be able to store your collections on here. You'll be able to mint anywhere from 100 to 10,000 NFTs on here. And then you can take those and put them on Club Virtual and sell them through Club Virtual, OpenSea, or any other platform. So that platform's already designed and built, right? And anyone who becomes a club member all the way through to a GPAL will be able to use this platform to support them from doing it. Otherwise, you could be paying anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 just to have someone, mint them, and then they won't do it with all the metadata that's required. Whereas this will give you all the data for rarity, scoring, everything that you need to sell your own NFTs. And the great thing is if you sell them back into the community, then you offer a really good incentive, then you're earning income and so are the community members. So that's been built as well. So we've got Club Virtual, the NFT Generator. Very soon we'll be also showing you the Indigenous platform. So we have a token issuing platform that we've built also that's going through some transitions now, but the team will be back onto that next week after we've got the core exchange platform done. So the cryptos will be reissued into a new platform and that people have had, and that will happen in later April. And basically in that same platform, that platform will handle the issuing of any new tokens that come out. Can everyone hear me properly? Yep. All right. I'm not sure how good this microphone is.
It's a bit
All right.
distorted, Aaron. Maybe hold it a bit further away.
Yeah, so one of the key things why we're building a token issuing platform is to help communities issue their own tokens, right? And to help them learn from someone else's mistakes and learn from what needs to be done to get it done more cost effectively and out there. Like what we're seeing happening out there with, different issues like climate change. People have got some great ideas about how they can, tackle some of these problems. They may want to issue an NFT collection or a token, but they just don't have the whereabouts or the funds to do it or the community support, then they can come here and do that. So with that, we worked on a launch pad last year, which will be re-engineering to do the same thing for us to help companies launch their own tokens and get them on our exchange. So now I'm going to quickly just talk about the PIPezi platform, and then I'm going to invite Joe up here to have a chat about some of the features. The first one is that it's AUSTRAC approved, which means we can take cash over the counter. So if you want to bring $10,000 into the office and buy some Bitcoin, we'll accept it.
Not 10,000.
All right? Except that we'll have to make sure you're fully KYC'd, but don't make a habit of it. You can pay by bank transfer as well. We have a venture capital license coming on board. We also have a gold bullion dealer's license and precious metals dealer's license, so we can sell tokenized metals. We're able to list new tokens and community tokens on this platform, right? But they have to go through a due diligence check. We'll be able to list stable coins, and we've got a number of very exciting stable coins to be putting on there for people to use, and especially businesses. And we'll be creating opportunities for holding and staking community tokens. And then we're looking at play and earn gaming for cryptos. We're working on a couple of projects now that have a play and earn feel to it. So to give you an idea, if someone wanted to go through the process of listing a token, it would cost around that $15,000 mark with the programming and extra work that needs to be done and due diligences. So some of the partners that are using the engine behind the platform that we're building include Goldman Sachs, Dell, Nasdaq, ING. These are the clients of the company who's built the core engine for this exchange, right, that you're going to see. I'll just play this very quickly.
Welcome to PIPezi. We have all heard about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, and many more. Cryptocurrency is gaining in popularity with over 4 million persons holding a crypto account in Australia alone. Some traditional industries are already taking crypto payments. Online marketplaces are already integrating the ability for NFTs, non-fungible tokens, to be sold through their platform. Mainstream popular payment gateways have announced taking and settling payments in various cryptocurrencies. So the question is, what are you doing to prepare for the future of paying in crypto or even taking cryptocurrency payments? Do you know what NFTs are and how you can create these to support your business branding? Have you looked at how you can sell more products in the metaverse? Have you got a crypto wallet downloaded yet on your mobile phone? PIPezi is more than just about being a cryptocurrency exchange. We are here to make it easy for you to learn and get involved in the future of crypto. If you are in business, we are committed to helping you future-proof your business by staying informed and up to speed with the adoption of future digital innovation. PIPezi is all about helping people and making it easy to learn about and trade cryptocurrency. PIPezi will also be providing all its members with exciting opportunities to earn crypto. Register your account with PIPezi today and get started on your crypto journey. Welcome to PIPezi.
So Jody, do you want to come up? So while Jody's coming up, can anyone, I mean, it says it up there, there's 2.4 million businesses in Australia. Who here has got a business? Now, how many of you got a crypto account in your business? Why not? I'll tell you why, because none of the exchanges really want to go after businesses to open up accounts, because it costs them a lot of money and time to register a business and to KYC everyone in the business and the trusts and all the stuff that goes with that. But that's where we're going to focus, because if we can become the Binance of small business to medium corporates, that's a huge opportunity to disrupt the market and bring on board businesses who can then start taking crypto and supporting community tokens. So last year, right, there was an increase of 87,800 businesses. Can anyone guess why? During COVID. Right. Because people lost their jobs, had to find a way to be entrepreneurial. So if anything, COVID taught us several things. One is that you need to have more than one stream of income, and two, that you really should be in business for yourself, right? And find a business that can be, COVID-proof or even online and recession-proof. So that's why we're seeing so many businesses now looking at, what can they be doing to earn that extra income online, and then, building a business not only here but internationally. So as an Australian cryptocurrency exchange, our focus is to get the model right here, then go international, right? The above exchanges, as we see, they're mostly focused pretty much all on individuals, and we're going to be focusing on providing businesses with the tools and the skills that they need and attracting them to a platform that can work with them. So our aim is to inspire people to build wealth and passive income through the crypto ecosystem by trading of their PIPezi exchange tokens that we'll be giving them. Right, so we'll overcome most of the exchange problems, like providing easy onboarding, personalized support for businesses, giving them innovative products, reducing transaction fees, and most importantly, providing education and training. So building that exchange is really important, and with that, I'm going to ask Joe to come up and talk a little bit about some of the features of the exchange.
Hi everyone. Thanks, Aaron. Okay, this is very exciting to me. Yes, exchanges are usually for speculators, people who want to get in quickly and play around. This exchange, the PIPezi exchange, is very different. It's not about a quick in and a quick out and just trying to chase the next high. This is set up for small and medium-sized enterprises, and we're gearing up a lot of products and solutions to help businesses grow their wealth. In this presentation, I'm going to quickly just have a fast demo of the exchange. Now, I've pre-recorded it simply because whenever you want to depend on Wi-Fi and venues like this, it's not as reliable as you'd hope. Then I'm going to cover the security of the exchange. Because cryptocurrency exchanges are the number one target for any market and security of we're also going to look at some very unique small and medium enterprise products. Now initially they're going to look like, oh, what's so different about them? But if you think about it, it will be astounding. Last but not least, we'll have a look at the roadmap and see what these are going. Okay, well, this is what the home page of your dashboard looks like. And you'll see it looks pretty familiar because big exchanges like Binance look very similar. At the top, I'll just explain. At the top you have your favorites, and you can list a couple of your favorites very easily. Bitcoin pairs, Ethereum pairs, and of course your normal Tether pairs. And look at that, you'll see that most of the top cryptocurrencies in the world will be listed in this session. This is actually one of the listed on the exchange. This is a live demo of what you already have on the exchange. The live pairs, and also, last but not least, AUDD. Now, AUDD is a very interesting token, and I'll talk a little bit later about that. But that's a very interesting stable coin we're introducing. Other features are simply your normal account features, so this is just nice and comfortable, an overview of who you are, and very easy. We spoke about KYC. You can open the account, you can do everything, you cannot deposit or trade until you've done your KYC, and you simply do it over there. Two-factor authentication is just as important, and you can even write this IP address. This just adds to security. One of the markets you can write next to your account. And yours in 3 years. Tier 1 is 30%, tier 2 is 70%, tier 50%. And the tier 2 is actually calculated on the income that the exchange is contained. Okay, this turns an API key. So you need a calculator and you want to get some blocks and you need to get a account to do that. The other is the exchange token. The other exchange token is a very interesting thing. Crypto is going to be our exchange token. Crypto is the exchange token, which means if you hold a specific amount of crypto in your account, you automatically get a discount on trading fees. And there's 4 levels, and you can get a discount up to 20% for all trading fees, just by holding crypto in your account. No questions if you stake it, it's just in your account and you get the fee. Deposits are very easy. Now, bank deposits simply bank information is there, and you just complete the deposit application form, And so look, if you want to deposit $100, you can just $4,000, it's easy simply. Record the transaction detail of your EFT or your electronic funds transfer. Report the bank transaction ID, and of course, any comments you want to make. And as easy as if you submit it, yeah, your deposit is successful. You guys need to deposit an hour, and it's going to withdraw. Now, withdrawal is going to be pretty easy to withdraw the wallet. And of course, once you get the double verification of the Google authentication code and the two-factor authentication code to make sure it's real recording. The banks, you can add in bank accounts, and later on you'll be able to buy and sell or buy and withdraw the credit cards. That's a very good overview of the admin side. I think I'll just display how easy it is to buy and sell as well. So I have a quick demo on buying. The platform is very familiar, similar as Binance, as I said. Look at this, you simply just go to trade, you select the pair you want to trade with. In this case, I show you Bitcoin and Tether. And you can see your whole order book there. You can also see the previous trades. And this was actually live using the Binance. You have a limited market order. And for this purposes, I just chose market order. And you can see over there, there's actually a specific number of USDT and 0 Bitcoin. Now I can say I want to select a specific percentage of my Tether to buy with. And I can say 25% to buy. Or alternatively, I can just enter a value. I can say I want to buy 1,000 with 1,000 Tether, or only with 100 Tether, and execute to buy that way. So it gives you a lot of options to easily transact. And as I said, it's very similar to all the major two exchanges. And the moment you execute to buy, we get the message to say, look, let's see there. Format, the performance for accounting, and we will have some useful products to help us do that and make the whole tax side of it much easier. So it's a very good look at the easy tax and how it's looking at the security of the exchange. There are 3 areas that's crucial with security. Number 1 is, of course, hacking, and we want to protect your assets as much as possible. That's why we're opting for a solution called Aquanetics. Aquanetics is what they call a DAST system, or Dynamic Application Security Testing. This is a very interesting setup where they've got some of the top hackers, white hat hackers in the world, work for them and exploit every possible way of hacking your system. This is automated. Every new hacking style is discovered added to the test. And this is what we're implementing on all our solutions. And number 1 concern, of course, is the exchange. So that means if there's any new way that a hacker discovers how to hack existing technology, discover and flag it immediately, so we can take the right steps to do so. It also does in-depth penetration testing. So that's technical things that you can't think of. And now another very important thing, and I know Aaron is going to do, is the custody of wallets and private keys. That is so important. Now, Fireblocks is the #1 secure custodial in the world. To give you an idea, this is the CEO of Celsius. Now, Celsius, if you don't know, is actually the entity that's launched USDC, the second biggest US-backed stablecoin in the world. They tested Fireblocks for months, came up with a solution. It's perfect for them. Now, it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us. Fireblocks is the most secure way of keeping your crypto safe in different wallets. And every single user sign on to the exchange, their assets are kept in a Fireblocks wallet. It's extremely secure. But that's not all. We also look at the third level of security. And that is what happens if Fireblocks goes out of business. We've got to have an absolute disaster recovery program. CoinCover does that. But more so, if in worst case, you never know what happens, even the exchange business goes out of business, your individual assets are secure and safe and can easily be retrieved through CoinCover. Now, they also cover theft protection, disaster recovery, and consumer protection. Now, consumer protection is pretty interesting in that you can actually take out insurance against hacking, against somebody stealing your seed codes. And that's not just on a business level for us as the PIPezi exchange, but as an individual. And it's surprising how affordable these premiums are to get really good cover. So in case somebody hacks your wallet, or hacks something on the exchange, because they somehow got your passwords, you can recover it that way. This is also part of the product range we provide to small businesses. Because your business account is going to be on the exchange. This is where things really get exciting. We're looking at a couple of products that's very unique. We said the whole exchange is for small and medium businesses. The world's changing drastically. And I think after everybody's experience what's happened with banking in Canada, and the last thing you want to see is your account being frozen. I actually know a lady that went down to Canberra and donated to the efforts there of some of the anti-vax protests, and her bank account was frozen. Now, AUDD is the Australian digital dollar. It's an Australian stable coin. It's extremely useful for business. It will streamline business transactions across borders, peer-to-peer, and cut down transactions costs immensely. This solution is available on the blockchain where transaction fees, if you choose the right wallet, is paid for you, which means 0 fees. But at the same time, each dollar is held on deposit. And these deposits are frequently audited by some of the top 40 businesses in Australia. Individuals can even request audits if they want to. Of course, users can opt in and out of the AUDD at any time they want. And at any time, it's not a situation where it's dependent on a buyer and a seller, because the liquidity is there. The liquidity providers have all the dollars there. When you need your dollar, AUD to be in an Australian dollar, you just simply withdraw. Okay, the next thing is a very interesting product. This is called Coin with a C, but it's actually a stable coin that's pegged against both the Australian and the Canadian dollar. So if I own one coin, it's worth one Aussie dollar. But also, I can ask for one Australian, a Canadian dollar. Now there's a lot of interest or reason behind this, and I'll cover this shortly. But just think about the fantastic and very interesting arbitrage of possibilities in this space. The reason for this is simply because stable coins are reliable and certain in value. It's a great hedge against the whole disparity between exchange rates. And also, because of our geopolitical situation, Australia and Canada is actually some of the biggest natural resource providers in the world. And the two currencies have been quite close to one another over decades. So it makes sense if we deal a lot with Canada and we have a couple of businesses that do, to have a single point that can transfer seamlessly and be used without any effort as a dual currency. This coin is actually the parity between the values are maintained through gold program. So, yes, as per AUDD, the deposits are held and audited and can be checked at any time. The last token I'm going to talk about is very interesting, and I think this is a super exciting one. As small business holders, business owners, I'm sure we're all keen on not just preserving our money, but also enabling it to grow. So XDR is actually a token or currency that's pegged against Ripple's all-time high. It simply means it's a cryptocurrency that experiences all the highs and none of the lows. Now I know there's some other proposed ones out, but this specific currency has taken 5 years to develop and come up with the right algorithms and logic to enable this, so that at any point you can withdraw your all-time high value without any concern that there has to be a buyer on the other side. The beauty of this is simply as Ripple increases and bull run, we spoke earlier about how exciting it is to watch the market race up. You gain with every bull run, your token runs with the bull. But hey, when things happen like in December and the market comes crashing down, I know with my crypto account, every couple of hours, I was on it thinking, how far is this going to fall? Because my crypto account, the dollar value was half in a question of a couple of months. With XDR, when it runs up, it's up. When the market comes crashing down, your XDR stays where it is. So you only capitalize on ups. How does this work? How do you actually get it? It's quite simple. XDR launches on the PIPezi exchange. It'll be exclusive to PIPezi exchanges across the world for a start. And it's very easy just to hold it and hedge it against any fiat fluctuations. And of course, it's very easy to just obtain also over the counter with purchases in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. But otherwise, you simply buy it on the PIPezi exchange with Australian dollars. It's a fantastic store of value. And I guess the last thing I want to say about it is just imagine our valuability is that value is always at the highest price ever, and never comes down from that. This was a very quick and brief overview, because I know we've got a lot of time limits. But the roadmap from here on is simple. We're going to invite everybody to join our beta testing program for the PIPezi exchange. They'll get an email and just opt in. It will mean that you just simply go to the exchange, you create an account, and you'll have an opportunity to do KYC there if you haven't done it already. Now, the benefits of participating, and when you participate, you're going to play and you get dollars. It's all test dollars. It's all not real. So you can get used to the exchange and how it works without any risk to your real dollars. Okay, you have a great play. But the benefit is that when we go live, you'll be first in line to get the AUDD coin and XDR tokens, and also we're discussing on how will be rewarded with additional pistols. Part of the roadmap, of course, is once we go live, you can just share your experience and thank the affiliate program. And we're going to launch a number of very exciting products before the end of the year. We're going to roll out an XRP Gold, which is a gold token, sterling, the silver token, and there's a number of other stable coins that's very country specific. The Indian rupee, Canadian dollar, Great British pound, US dollar, the yen, they're all going to be included. Then there's another one that's called Byte is an all-time high of Bitcoin. But that's going to come in a little bit later because managing that is an interesting one. Last but not least, and I'm not going to say much about it now because that's worth a whole hour by itself, is a utility token called Bread, which aims at really feeding the world for time success. I thought a few minutes just for questions, that's okay?
John, I think you just want a bit about your background. So when you started with, so I know you very well, and I know you did this market set that maybe everybody else doesn't.
Okay, I've been involved in cryptocurrencies since 2014 as a Ethereum developer, smart contract development. I've been involved with a number of actual ICOs as well, like Aaron. I had a couple of network tokens I've created. Got involved in one as an experience at the NCR, things should be done, should be done. And currently I'm studying my master's degree in blockchain enabled business, where we cover things like crypto economics, crypto finance, the legal side of things, and also strategy. That's so I understand how important it is to stay within the legal and compliance requirements. That's why all the products and everything that we introduce on the exchange automatically without question ticks all the boxes. Thank you. Okay.
So for some of you that might have been a bit heavy, but the key thing is this. Look, with the exchange that we're building, it's not a finance, it's not a SwiftX. We go in and see all these fancy things that they're trying to get you to do to distract you. We literally took a base engine and we started building. And the reason being is because we know a lot of small business operators, the medium corporates, just want to get in, make a trade and get out. Right? And if we can teach people the basics, then we can add the bells and whistles as we go and develop the products that people will really want to use and need to use. Right?
Finance has fees, doesn't it? When you exchange and finance, when you use those exchanges fees. And in your exchange, small businesses are the fees.
Yeah, so the fees are comparable to like a finance. But if they're holding our tokens, then like in Binance, you can reduce your fees. And the other thing too, as you saw there, we have an affiliate fee, and affiliate rewards and other earning opportunities. So people refer people, you can actually earn income from bringing on board businesses to the platform. So the key with the exchange is to keep it simple, to onboard as many businesses and individuals as we can, and then to grow from there. So the reference to Canada is because one of our main liquidity providers is from Canada, and they're also applying for licensing here in Australia. So that's why you see a bit of a strong influence towards Canadian dollars on the exchange. Also too, it will be the first country we move into out of Australia after New Zealand. And then from there, we'll hit other Commonwealth countries. So XDR, which is the all-time high Ripple, that's quite an interesting token, and we'll be the first to have that on our exchange. In fact, we'll be listing a lot of tokens for the first time on our exchange as we build up the liquidity throughout the business. And to support that, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having area managers being appointed, or licensees like their own business, where they can take up on board a license to run an area and to work with us to do education and also to onboard businesses. Now, how many people have an AUDD token in their wallet? No one. All right, so if you're going to cash out from anything into a stable coin, what do you usually use? USDT? Do you know how much money is backed by USDT? Can anyone tell me? It's like very scary. When you find out how much money is sitting in the bank behind USDT, it's very scary, right? You know that the all-time low price for USDT was 57 cents US, that it dropped, right? And then its all-time high is $1.30. But the thing is, Australian dollar stable coins will help then businesses with it. I'm just going to invite Paul now up. Paul's going to come and talk about Easy Stake. Now, we've actually built and finished the Easy Stake platform, right? By the way, that's a game that we're launching through one of our partners that we've been involved with called Supercars. That's going into the metaverse. A lot of you might be a bit too new for that, but you'll be taught about that. Just show you here very quickly when Paul comes up. Paul. So this is the Easy Stakes platform here. Right, Paul's been working with Lachlan on this website quite heavily, and the team. So you'll be able to go through, be able to see how you can get involved in tokenized assets. You'll be able to see projects that we're going to be onboarding. So we've got projects coming on board. We've got a really good project there already listed. It's for relocatable housing, really in huge need right now. And so Jason's been working with us very closely on putting that all together. And that will become an opportunity for tokenization as well. And that's going to be a very exciting product. And then we've got Dallas working on products for tokenization for properties. And I'm also seeing clients already. And we've got a partner who's already got 3 commercial buildings coming on board that have already been tokenized.
Well, we're time poor, so I'm going to race through this real quick. What about that? So, what we're basically building was a tokenization machine. And you think, well, what the hell is that? And you know, you can have, there's so many areas, you can have property, funds, NFTs, things that can be broken up in pieces. And there is the back end, there's all the areas here where if it's your property or whatever, or your asset, how you can see who owns it and how it's divided up. All that technical stuff is covered and you can see that. But I just thought I'd just give you a little bit idea of an overview of tokenization. That I believe personally that one day all of the assets in the world will be tokenized. Anything that's of value, it'll be recorded on the blockchain, evidenced on the blockchain, and able to be transferred between people just with their phone. Already in Dubai, you can swap your property or sell your property to somebody else just from phone to phone because the Dubai government has registered the assets on the blockchain, which makes it pretty exciting when it's like that. So machines, buildings, collectibles, all these things can be tokenized, and that means represented by a digital token. And not only that, the assets, but also the income streams from assets. Like if you've got a machine that's generating regular income, then it means you can divide it up, sell it to people, and they can receive the income in form of digital money. So, you know, the good thing about that is you can do it from wherever you are in terms of where they're sitting. So fractionalization, which is another word, is dividing an asset into smaller pieces so lots of people can share in the benefits. And you might be aware if you've got a property thing, you might have a unit trust or you might have shares. It's the same thing, but it's a digital representation of it rather than just, you know, paper-based system. And the tokenization is the representation of how those fractions are recorded. That's how the two things end up together. Firstly, we're going to divide something up, and then we've got to, if people have it, how is it represented? How do they know it's actually theirs? And how can they see evidence on that? I'm not going to go through this bit here because we're running out of time there. But one of the things about all this is it would be wonderful if the government said, our land title office, we'll put it all on the blockchain. You can now, if you've got a piece of land, you've got 100 people that own that piece of land, then we just record it all on the blockchain, and there it is, it's nice and simple. But that's not going to happen all that time soon. So what we have to do is we have to create an entity that represents all those owners, and then they can see that that entity is registered on the blockchain. So it will be, it'll be a longer journey until you get like Dubai when it's all represented there. So we've got to governments have got to get behind that sort of thing to get there. One of the things which Aaron mentioned quite a lot was the word smart contracts. Anybody here know what a smart contract is? What do we got? Who's going to explain it?
or it's like if misrepresenting that, sort of basically put in a sort of a code that if something happens, then something else will be resolved.
Yeah, so like, for example, with the property settlement, maybe they sat in a room with one where there's the lawyers and everything like that, and they check that, has this guy got the money, is it in the account, are there any liens against the property, and it goes tick, 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 and the smart contract's the same, basically, between two phones, and you're going to transfer, I'm going to transfer my property to you, it's going to say, well, oh, okay, better check, have you got the money, are you a citizen that's able to sell it? Have you got the money to put in the account? Are all the fees paid? All it goes, the smart contract goes tick, 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 tick. And when it's okay, the property will transfer. So the smart contract sort of does away with lawyers in that regard, that as long as all the parameters are met, then the property can go across. And that's what's really exciting about it. So, you know, I really, really believe that fractionalisation and tokenisation are going to be a huge future for us. And we've got a platform that's very strong and very able to do this. You have to start though with the first property, and that's or the first opportunity, and that's what will be going on the platform shortly. And what it's got to have though is, well, I like to think of these three things. First of all, it's got to have a good story, a good compelling story about it, that people think about it, right, that's something I want to be involved in. And what Aaron was saying about these transformable homes or whatever like that, at the moment, with all the people that need to live somewhere and with tourist things, there's a great demand for just dropping a 20-foot container home somewhere. But, you know, they're going to be built. People are going to pay for them. So you can divide that up. People can invest in it. The team, you've got a good team that can build them, make them deliver, and then the traction, evidence that people actually buy these and invest and get returns from them. So that's what we're going to be looking at. And one of the first projects on the platform will be tokenised relocatable homes. And so that's going to be exciting because we get that going. We get one of those done, get it done, then we move to the next one and the next one, and we grow this easy state business in that particular way. So that's all I was going to say. Just give you a background of where we're at with that. Thanks, Eric.
All right, guys. So I'm going to ask Jamie to come up very quickly. I won't get him to show you his boring accounting presentation. No, I shouldn't say that. He's just going to introduce himself. So we're very lucky to have Jamie on board on the team. I've known Jamie quite some time. Actually, I knew Jamie before my first wife and then the second wife. So it's true, sometimes your mates stick around longer, right? So Jamie and I have spent a lot of time working together in Malaysia and in Asia. He's had some very really big roles there in the past, in the space of VR and other industries. Jamie's on board as a director for PIPezi on the exchange, and he's got an entity that is going to be helping us with our venture capital asset licensing, also too with other ASL requirements, and Jamie's working very hard on that and putting all that together, and so we're very glad to have him on board.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. I called him Troy for 23 years, and then about 3 years ago he said, no, I'm Aaron now. So if I accidentally call him Troy, it's my fault, not his. Not the only one. No, it didn't work. Anyway, my name's Jamie Terrords, and I've been a serial entrepreneur for about 35 years. I've been involved in lots of different businesses, from restaurants and F&B, telecommunications. I actually launched the world's first wireless broadband company in 1999. And I've had actually about 35, self-employed about 35 years. I've done 18 startups, operated in 12 countries. I'm the current chairman of Philippa Ventures and the founder of Philippa One. And up until about 2020, I was the executive director in a NASDAQ OTC listed company, which was one of the pioneers in virtual reality. So what exactly is Philippa One? So Philippa One really is a result of my past experiences in building all of these businesses around the world. I always was looking for a product that could do what I needed it to do, and that could be an accounting platform in always a trade-off from what I could afford and what I actually needed. So I would probably need a product like Oracle's NetSuite, which is $90,000. But at that time, for my startup, I had to make do with a platform called Xero, or MYOD. So what I set about to do with Illipa One was actually to build the software that I needed, that I would want to use in any business that I was going to open in the future. So the way to do that effectively was to build something on the cloud, provide a singular interface, a singular login for all the different applications and different modules. And then these modules were all designed to support different parts of your business. And then they would be available for any business of any size and any industry. So whether you're a startup and you're running, just launching a business, or you're a $100 million business, the platform that we've built will work with you through the life of your business. And the platforms deliver accounting, enterprise resource, customer relationship, and embedded finance. So these are the four aspects that we build into the Illipa One platform. So our main tool is called Illipa Accounts, and we actually give it away for free. For anybody who's a startup or a small business, the platform is absolutely free with no cost. There's no limit on the number of transactions, there's no limit on the number of users, there's no limit on the features, and it will support multi-companies, multi-currency, multi-countries, and multi-languages. So is anyone here involved in small business or has been involved in startups before? Yeah, that's fantastic. And the problem you always find is that, you know, you'll start out with something like Xero, but then you want to have a point of sale system. Then you've got to pay a company called Vend. Then you've got to pay another guy to do your payroll. And you end up paying all these different companies, and you end up with a hodgepodge of different systems. So the way we built it is that you get everything you need from day one, and then when you hit certain milestones, certain revenue milestones, then you start to pay a little bit of money. So for our platform, it's free up until you reach $500,000 in turnover, and then we charge you $10 a month. When you hit $1 million, it's $25. When you hit $5 million, it's $50, and so on. So the maximum you'll ever pay is about $200 a month, and you could be doing $50 or $60 million turnover a year. So we think it's a fairly good trade-off. So the products or the modules that we have under development right now are point-of-sale systems, including gift cards and touchscreen that'll work for restaurants. We have full project management built into the platform. We have a help desk system, customer relationship, sales, HR, purchasing, marketing automation, manufacturing, inventory management, a full accounting platform, and our own content management system. So you can do your web development, you can get rid of your Shopify or your WooCommerce integrations. Everything is available in the platform for any size business from day one. We're launching in Q3 2022, and we're part of the PIPezi family. So my company is a shareholder in PIPezi. I own a company called Illipa Capital, which has an Australian financial services license. So we'll be leveraging our license to provide financing options to PIPezi customers. We have the Illipa Accounts platform, which I just showed you. And then we have a module called Tax Connect. Now, Tax Connect is an important part of the equation, because what we do is we're actually integrating our Tax Connect business with PIPezi at the exchange level. And it means when it comes time for your small business to report on your crypto assets and your digital assets, that is all taken care of. So we have a digital asset engine which will take care of the tax requirements for you. So that makes life much, much easier. So I have a little surprise today. Just for people in this room, we are giving early bird access to the platform. And what this means is we're planning to launch in Q3, but ahead of that, if you have a PIPezi One code, you can register at our website or on the PIPezi website. This means you'll get preferential pricing if your business is doing more than $500,000, and you get early bird access to a whole range of features. So look, thank you very much, and I'll hand back to Aaron Troy.
invited into the exchange is that it really is going to make it very affordable for small businesses who want to use this software. But more importantly, who's heard of DeFi, decentralized finance? This software will allow us to see how a business is operating, right, through benchmarking. It will also allow us to see what digital assets they're taking and if they're holding digital assets in any of the custody wallets. So we can go back through the exchange and offer them finance through DeFi initiative models, right? And we can then work with those businesses and, you know, be preemptive rather than, you know, trying to help them to grow their business and to expand it, you know, basically not only, you know, through cryptocurrency, but through traditional means as well. So that's one of the reasons why Jamie's been very passionate about this, and, you know, spent a lot of time consulting on creating that software that's going to be rolled out. The Tax Connect software that's being brought in is the first in the world. That software is only available to major exchanges. So we were looking at that from an exchange point of view, to use that to do all the tax accounting for the exchange. And Jamie's a really good negotiator. He's managed to negotiate that to be made available to everyone, right? Of course, there's some fees that have to be paid for it, but it will make accounting for crypto extremely easy for businesses. Who's got an accountant who knows crypto? There's not many of them out there, right? So most of them want to know about it, right? So we have an accounting firm that will be coming on board as a partner out of Sydney. They're opening up offices all around Australia. They're very big into accounting and crypto, and they're really quite excited by a lot of things we're doing. Now, just one more person I'll quickly invite up is Brant. Brant's going to quickly have a chat to you about what he's putting together for small businesses and even individuals as part of the training and education side. So the key thing we've seen with adoption for cryptocurrency is training and education. We train businesses correctly, train owners on understanding crypto, how they can use it, how they can support DeFi initiatives, then we can enable them to, you know, build in that security that's not there in traditional business. So Brant's also one of the directors on the cooperative that will be registered very soon, and he's also one of the shareholders in the cooperative and a shareholder of PIPezi as well.
Thanks, Aaron. Well, I'm your last speaker for this evening, and I think tonight's been a lot of information to take in, and I think it's all very valuable, but often it's very hard for us to digest. And the role that Alternative takes within the group is to try and simplify the process for people to embrace what is the digital money revolution that's coming along for us. I think we're all at a very exciting point in time. Over history, there's been a transition of uses of money and what represents value and store of value and medium of exchange. I think we're on the precipice of a transition into that digital revolution that's coming forward in that change in use of money and value exchange. So the brand Alternative is basically the bringing together of my years of experience within the crypto sector and those that I trust. It's trying to present to people a very easy to follow process for them to learn and have a journey that is informative but also engaging for them to then receive the pieces that they need to be confident to move on to the next step in their crypto journey. So who am I? I've got a background in engineering, mechanical engineering. I worked in the property sector for a long period of time, over 25 years. And that was with respect to building operations, principally large-scale environments on the engineering side, but very much focused on technology implementation and advancing the efficient use of the built asset. I spent 10 years over in Dubai. I've been back for 2 years, 2.5 years, and during my time there, I was very heavily involved personally within the crypto sector that's there and the crypto community. And started my journey in 2014. And since returning the last 18 months, I've been engaging with Aaron and with Paul and with the team, looking at all what's being developed within the crypto ecosystem and really helping to simplify some of those parts and bringing effective models together for us to work all the pieces cohesively together. Now, as I said before, alternate is where I'm bringing together the full element of my knowledge around crypto and helping people at whatever stage they are in their journey. I'm about to release my book, which is Embracing the Digital Money Revolution. Very close to launching that in the next couple of months. So the vision of Alternate is to be the trusted partner in cryptocurrency education and providing simple discovery and earning pathways to guide people as they secure their success in the digital money economy. And I really think that, you know, all of us here are in a fortunate position because we're at the beginning of something that could become rapidly become something very significant for us and for the world. So we've gone from 2009 to 2019 to have 200 million users, which is only less than 10% adoption and a $2 trillion marketplace. And we're just at the beginning. So what are challenges to people coming on board? You know, not just those people that are looking for the opportunity to present, but what is the opportunity that financially present? I think there's two steps to take. People have to understand what the foundational requirements are for them to go, actually, what is this all about? The next element is, I hear so many things about risks and challenges. How do I get through those? What are they? And how do I manage them effectively? And who do I actually trust? Who is somebody that I can trust to help me through this learning journey, this process? And I think that many people in the room have been through their own journey. And you know, we've got something to teach. And if we can help people embrace this as well, then it's passing on that knowledge to other people. So what we do at Alternate is we help people discover through a progressive learning journey from wherever they are at the moment and taking them on to the next level. We simplify the steps that they need to take and the tools that they need to use to progress to that next stage and be confident that they can move forward. And then we help them secure alternate streams of income through the economy. We do that through our academy of teaching. We do that through a really unique way, which is in one-on-one coaching. So our actual training sessions then come along with, our online courses then come along with coaching sessions where you can actually engage online with someone one-on-one and make sure that you have been able to support adopted on that learning component to be ready to move to the next stage. We also offer consulting and partnerships. So our learning journey starts with foundations. They are the fundamental knowledge of what cryptocurrency offers. We obviously start with Bitcoin as the foundation and we build upon that. We help people create a strategy for why they're getting involved to start with, because that helps with the decision-making process that you make on your journey. And then we also talk a little bit about the tech, and it's not too deep because you use all the technologies that you use today, but you actually know how they work and what the technology is behind it. I think it's going to become more and more familiar that people embrace cryptocurrency without having to know the tech, but we also still present what that technology is and how it functions. And then we move on to launch platforms. And we see that in 3 stages. There's a basic setup of people getting their first cryptocurrency from exchange, setting up wallets and being able to effectively and comfortably make those transfers. How to manage the crypto, as I said before, it's all around risk management and what tools you need, and then you're progressing into the decentralized web. All of those courses then come with a coaching component to make sure that people are effectively set up. And that's really the point of difference that we offer. In the pathway courses is where we get specific on particular opportunities. And to start with, we've got 3 around yield generation, which is basic yield generation. Then we move into Web3 yield gen. And we have a component on NFTs. We have about 15 other pathways that we'll be developing over time, and you can choose those ones which are most specific to you. And we also have a subscription service to join the community where we can all learn together. So today I'm talking because of the partnership that we've established with PIPezi, and that is as the training and education advisor and delivery partner. The courses that we'll be developing and of which we have started developing the package of, will be available to the PIPezi members. And this will allow you to advance your learning journey, to take it to the next level, and to be part of the supportive community that we're establishing. But it's really there to be able to help you bring others on board. So really help you to have something that you can present to those that have been asking the question, what is this cryptocurrency? How do I get involved? Well, so many questions that people have about getting started. This will help you point them to a solution that can guide them through their journey. And with that, there'll be we're part of the affiliate program, so there's generous affiliate rewards that we're offering, up to 30% on the courses, and also as courses are being completed, there's an arrangement that we'll have in place for PIPezi token rewards, and the certificates will allow you to claim NFTs within the Nft Marketplace, and those NFTs will then give you the opportunity to participate at varying levels of the critical authority process, so that you can increase your voting capacity within the Nft cooperative. It's a principle of those that know are able to make decisions about the impact of the cooperative, so they're informed decisions that are being made. And then the other thing is, for those that have really embraced the content and really enjoy the coaching experience, that there is, as we grow, the opportunity for coaches to come on board and be part of the alternate ecosystem. So the packages that we're offering around foundation courses, launch platforms, and learn and earn pathways, and subscriptions. We have launch packages that we're offering to start with. So what this is the opportunity for additional content to the Digital Academy, and a structured process for people to learn what cryptocurrency is and how to work through their content, how to walk through the. So the partnership for us to establish and mutually strengthen our organisations and support a shared vision of creating education and solution pathways that enable an endless stream of people and businesses to benefit from the digital money revolution. So thank you for your time today. There's a great journey ahead for all of us, and I really wish you all the best, and happy to be on this journey with you.
Alright guys, those cars could be up for grabs, but I don't think we can afford to fuel them. Unless they're going to look, I thank everyone for making the effort to be here this evening, and a big thank you to all the staff who've been involved and working on so many different